This is Witch-based news for Friday the 14th of August 2026. I'm Commander Burr. In Elite Dangerous news this week, the string of Colonia Community Goals end in a bit of a fizzle. We see one of the best pieces of homemade cockpit hardware ever to grace the game, and the official Elite Dangerous website gets a significant refresh. If you enjoy our videos, please consider subscribing and ding the notification bell so you never miss an update or community post. And if you'd like to help directly support our work, you can also join us on Patreon. Links to that and everything else are in the description below. A much heralded and ultimately largely successful string of community goals directed toward the celebrations of the 10th anniversary of the founding of Colonia crescendoed last week in the 22,000 light years distance region. I say crescendoed. If you were expecting fireworks, flybys from Federation, Alliance and Imperial capital ships, or maybe just a couple of NPC Caspians outside Jacques' starport occasionally unleashing those celebratory flak launchers you can usually get at Christmas, then well, quite frankly, you're going to be falling back on the power of your imagination rather than seeing anything in game. Jacques' starport itself has had a lick of paint and now sports a sort of bronzy gold paint job, so there's that. What it doesn't have however is the Shinrata style mega market that was first hinted at as a possibility by the terminally invisibly cloaked cyborg himself, Jacques, in a Vox Galactica interview way back in the middle of May. The quadrant of community goals that ended in the Colonia region was largely very successful, especially given its great distance from the bubble where it all started. 3 of the 4 topped out completely and finished early, and the 4th, which featured the single largest delivery target of the 4 but only had medium sized landing pads, still managed to hit its first tier and was the best attended of the 4, with over 9,200 commanders hauling for all they were worth, despite the challenges presented from every direction by the CG's location. A Galnet piece published since the Quad CGs finished is reporting that markets across the Colonia region will receive an economic boost, and there are also plans to install a number of new tourist beacons in the area to further celebrate the achievements of the zone in its 10-year history thus far. Hopefully those tourist beacons will absorb a few of the belugas that are usually jammed into the toast rack of Jacques' station like fish fingers in the face of a 9-year-old at dinner time on Friday, allowing the rest of humanity instead to use it. PC based simulators almost always, given enough time, eventually spawn their own pantheon of controller hardware solutions. For as long as I can remember, flight sims of all flavours have spawned cockpit builders with all manner of joystick, throttle, head tracking and rudder solutions to ever expand the immersion of their virtual pilots. Racing wheels and pedals have forever been a thing, and these days a quick Google will immediately turn up virtual farmers that are doing the same for all manner of combine harvesters and tractors to serve their own particular ecosystem of sims. Unsurprisingly, the same can absolutely be said of space simulators, and in that regard Elite Dangerous has always had a plethora of hardware controllers and second screen solutions to serve its complex needs. One of the most intriguing that we've seen lately was the sudden and unannounced appearance of a device that literally looks like it's been ripped from the cockpit of a Cobra, and is one of the coolest pieces of user created hardware I've seen for any game, let alone Elite Dangerous. The sheer fact that its creator is a commander as well just adds to its coolness. Reddit user Sam Creates Stuff has built a full size working multi-function display for his setup that talks directly to the game and allows Sam to navigate the galaxy of Elite entirely via its display and plethora of backlit buttons. In the video that Sam posted to Reddit and YouTube, you can see the device plotting a multi-stage route to Colonia, complete with a slick second screen interface showing exactly what it's doing. The unit itself is 3D printed and uses a custom designed PCB and software as well as an enclosed Raspberry Pi. The creator has said that they're considering some kind of public release or sale around the unit, but is unsure currently what that would look like. Options being considered are selling a finished product, selling plans for the product, releasing a tablet version of the software, or all of those options. I can't imagine however that there wouldn't be a fair few takers regardless of what form it was delivered in. We've linked to the original Reddit post and Sam's YouTube version of the video demonstration in the description below this video. This next story is not something that we saw coming, but it is likely one of the more important stories of the year when it comes to signalling the longer term health of the game. The official Elite Dangerous website received an overhaul and redesign this week. Over the years, the ED website has largely served as a window into the happenings on Galnet News and as a reliable links to the latest patch notes. In later years, whilst serving in those roles, it's gone on to provide a further signal boost to Frontier's own video trailer content, devlogs, and in particular as the primary shopfront for Elite Dangerous. Not only when it comes to pushing purchase of the game and its expansions, but also the title's many paint jobs, ship kits, weapon skins and commander customization options, etc. More recently of course, as the game and its business model have matured, it has gone on to feature early access vessels entering the game as well as Elite's limited library of jumpstart options. As of this update, all of that is still true of course, but as well as having received a new coat of paint and updated styling, the website now also features a news service style dynamic ticker feed. Mouse over the ticker and it stops, click on a story or feature on the ticker and you'll be taken directly to it. There's also an Elite Dangerous Academy page which serves more as a window into the tricky concept of what to expect from the game for new players. There's also a really cool timeline at the bottom of that details a smattering of the lore surrounding the game, starting from as far back as the 1950s. Whilst SRVs, spacesuits and personal weapons etc are mentioned but somewhat underserved, there is a huge focus, as perhaps you'd expect, on starships on the website, with the overhauled site still featuring the complete pictorial and statistic heavy matrix of all the ships in the game that it had previously. Overall, the entire site appears to have been reworked in one fashion or another, which speaks to the importance that Frontier places on Elite and also the importance of the website and crucially the items sold through it. Elite Dangerous is never going to be the money spinner for Frontier that something like Zoo or Jurassic are, and creative management sims overall are absolutely the company's stated focus and their bread and butter. Nonetheless, Elite as a franchise remains FDev's venerable but hugely respected crown jewel, and it is an ingrained part of their identity as a UK developer, as well as being these days a solid and reliable revenue generator. Long may she reign. What were you expecting from the Colonia community event? Have you visited the Elite Dangerous website lately? And do you fly Elite Dangerous in your own homemade cockpit? Let us know in the comments below. That's it for now. Thanks very much for watching. We'll be back later this week with more videos. Until then, 07 Commanders, follow the greens on the way out and do keep clear of the toast rack. We very much look forward to seeing you next time.